Hi, everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Justin Caffrey, and I'm delighted that you're joining me here. We're going to have a little chat today around the immune system. We're going to talk a little bit about IBS, eczema. We're going to talk about what else is going on when our nervous system is inflamed, when we are in a chronic state of fight and flight, and what can you do? But first, if you didn't know already, you can follow me on Instagram. I'd love to see you over there, Justin.Caffrey. On Instagram, I post daily talking about health and wellness and what we can do to improve a little bit. If you haven't already joined my online course, there's a 21-day course for healing your vagus nerve. You can get it on my website, justincaffrey.com, or go to the course website, remotetribe.co.uk. Now, let's just talk a little bit about our nervous system. In terms of your vagus nerve and your autonomic nervous system, if you have been in a chronic state of stress, if you have been recovering from trauma, PTSD, anxiety, high level of depression, it's quite likely that your vagus nerve, being in that sympathetic state, is suppressing your immune system. And it does that for a very simple reason, because it believes that the crisis afoot is short term. So it thinks it needs to deploy all resources in order to have your body primed and ready to move quickly to escape a bear or a wolf. It's not really considering the reality of financial stress, family stress, relationship stress, the death of a loved one, the challenges we face with COVID, anything in terms of the difficulties that people face in modern living. So it believes that the threat is imminent. And in that belief, it believes that it needs to get you to be able to move quickly to get away from the threat. So it redeploys all your resources. So your liver or kidney functions are reduced. Your stomach is not digesting food as it normally would. Hence the fact people with chronic stress and anxiety struggle with IBS and leaky gut, because the peristaltic movement, which moves the food through the stomach and the bowel, is not happening in the same way. So if we are chronically stressed, our immune system is reduced too. Why? Because the body doesn't need to think about fighting the common cold when it needs to deal with a bear or a wolf. Remember, I've said this before, your immune system is really dumb. It is a 200,000-year-old piece of kit that was designed to keep the human race procreating, under shelter, getting fed. Outside of that remit, it's not really very capable. So we can end up with this cross-wired immune system, a system that is designed for 1,000 years ago, trying to operate in 2022. So if you are in that state, and even if you've gone and had therapy and you've worked on yourself and you've come to terms in your emotional position, you can have a situation where the biomechanics of the body are still trapped in stress because it hasn't caught up. So mentally, you've dealt with the reality of your challenges. So cognitively, maybe you're thinking, yeah, I'm okay. I'm over that relationship. I'm over that trauma. I'm over that challenge, or I'm dealing with it, or making my way through it, or it's not as impactful as it once was. But my eczema is still here. My leaky gut is still here. My bowels are still inflamed. I have chronic IBS. I have chronic fatigue. I have chronic pain because the immune system hasn't turned back on again, because the peristaltic action in the stomach isn't back to where it was, because the liver and kidney functions may not be doing what they're supposed to do, because your nervous system is still sitting in a semi-sympathetic state. And we want to move it into the parasympathetic state. We want to move it to the point where it slows down and calms down. Now, how do we test that? Here's a little simple technique to test it. Please, if you can, subscribe to the channel Only 20% of people who watch my videos are subscribed. By subscribing, gets this message out to more people. All of this content I put online for free.
Yay!
It's in the hope that it helps people who can't otherwise access the help that they need. So by supporting me, supporting people just like you. All you need to do is to place a finger under your nose. And I want you to be breathing in and out through your nose. And you're using the finger to sense the breath pace. So we want to slow down our breathing. You're going to slow it down so that as you breathe in, you're counting to 4. And as you breathe out, you're counting to 6. But you're doing so in a way that you barely feel the airflow on the finger. So we can often feel the warmer air on the exhale because the body heats up the air as we inhale it. But critically, you're really reducing the inhale and the exhale. We're bringing our breath down from where it probably is, maybe running at 12, 14, 16 breaths a minute. We're going to bring it right down to 6 breaths a minute. If you practice this breathing for 4 to 5 minutes, you may notice a shift in terms of how you feel. You will probably notice saliva filling up around your mouth because you're moving into rest and digest. You may yawn. You may feel tired because you're shifting that agitated, sympathetic stress state in the body into a more resting state of being. So try it out. Finger on the nose. Really slowing down the breath. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Continue breathing like that for 5 minutes. And notice how you feel physiologically. It will become a little bit challenging in the first minute to 90 seconds. So just try your best to reorientate your breathing so it's 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. If you're in the first trimester of pregnancy, don't do it. But it's a simple little breath technique to just allow you to see what happens when you slow down your nervous system. So please do connect with me on social media. You can also find me on LinkedIn, where I post regular content as well. I'd love you to subscribe to this channel, as we said at the start. The more people that subscribe, bigger impact we can have in sharing this free content. All that I do on social media is completely free for people who cannot work with me. If you would like to work with me, reach out to me on yourbottomline.com or at justincaffrey.com. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. Wish you well.